Hello, this is RICKY, the Android guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Android Weekly / Android Q&A, where we go over all the latest topics during the week, as well as answer all of your questions live. Now, if you're not watching this, you're probably watching an NBA game or watching E3. Go Doom. That's what I chose to watch, and oh my god, that BFG. All right, so if you're new to this show, we go over first all of the latest news that happened during the week. Then we followed that up by answering questions that were emailed to me during the week. If you want your question answered, we'll just email me live at the asktheandroidguy@gmail.com. Make sure your subject is question, and hopefully I'll answer it next week on next week's show at 8 p.m. Now, if you're not watching this live, well, we still have you covered. That's because if you get to watch this live, then you automatically get your question answered if you ask it in the comment section down below. So if you're watching now live, just ask your question in the comment section down below, and we will get to it before the end of the show. All right, let's get started on the news. So the first piece of news is easily going to be about WWDC and everything Apple had to show. Quite frankly, iOS 9 isn't that interesting to me. There's only two things that I really thought were really interesting. And that is just simply that you have a new app coming to Android, and it's called Move to iOS. So it's an app that allows iPhone users to move their contacts, text messages, camera photos, videos, web bookmarks, mail accounts, calendars, wallpapers, and DRM-free songs and books. These are allowed to be transferred over simply and easily using this app. Do you guys think this is going to be a big deal? I do think that this will help Apple, because right now it's a pain to transfer from Android to Apple, but this will help out. It helped out Samsung a lot when it came to Smart Switch, doing the same thing in reverse, going from an iPhone to a Samsung. I think Smart Switch was a great app, and Apple's finally woken up to it as well. The second big feature is, yes, split screen is now available on iOS for finally, after a couple of years of it being available on Android and Windows. So this is a big deal because now you can have two apps up at the same time, and it seems pretty good because they are doing like a snap feature, which just looks nicer, I would say, than Samsung's. It looks more like the Surface version of it. However, I would say that with it, we don't know how many apps are supported, which apps will be supported. That is really the question that needs to be asked still. And those are the only two features. Now, some people may be wondering, what about the Assistant? I don't think the Assistant is that great, to be honest, simply because it's literally a copy of Google Now, and something that Google Now users have had for a long time, so I don't see it as that big of a deal. All right, the Galaxy S6 Active has come out and comes out in three colors, and that is black, and then black and white camouflage. So these are going to be the three designs that you can get for the S6 Active. And guess what? We have it in our studios, guys. So yes, I'm currently in the process of doing videos for the S6 Active. So we will be doing videos for this one. Why do you care about this device comparing to the S6? Well, two reasons. One is it is completely water resistant, as much as a life-proof case, meaning that it can go 6 feet in water for up to 30 minutes. The main benefit of that is that there's no flaps to cover this time, and because it's a non-removable battery, you cannot mess it up taking off the back and not closing it right, or not closing the flap right. That's right, the headphone port as well as the micro USB port are both nano coated. So you can hopefully see that with this, you can have a very easy ability to have your device completely be water resistant. Now, what's another reason you want this S6 Active? Well, that's very simple. It has the biggest battery ever on a Samsung device. This has a 3,500 milliamp battery. That's more than the 3,300 on the Note. It's more than a lot of other ones on the market. It's one of the biggest batteries ever on a smartphone, and is currently one of the biggest batteries in the US. I think it's only second, out of every phone that's ever been in the US. So really big when it comes to that. And because it's with a smaller screen, well, that just means simply that you're going to have an amazing battery life. Now, I have not gotten the phone unlocked yet. Once I do get it unlocked, I will be able to test the battery. Currently, right now, I can tell you that Wi-Fi has lasted for several days, but again, it's not an indicator of how it will be useful upon LTE. On Wi-Fi, this is at 40%, and I've had it on since Friday morning. That is, of course, amazing. Will it be that good when it goes to LTE? Well, that's what we have to wait and see. As soon as I get it unlocked, I will let you guys know. All right. But yes, that just came out this week on Friday, so that was very important news. And then a couple of other things. Samsung's next watch will have mobile payments on it. We know this, of course. However, it doesn't matter that it has NFC because it will have Samsung Pay built in on it, which means you tap it next to any credit card swiper and it works. That's obviously much better than NFC, which can only work at some manufacturers. The Samsung Pay will be able to work at all of them. Now, Samsung did release a patent that would have a springboard in the stylus. So that basically the patent makes it so that if you pass this, it will springboard out, which is a really cool concept. I would like this on my next note. Will it be on this note? Who knows? This auto eject feature really was filed a while ago, so it does not mean that it will be in the next note, but possibly maybe the year after. It does mean that Samsung's working on this. Samsung did register the trademark name S6 Note. This will probably be the place of the S instead of maybe the Note Edge. Maybe they'll call it the S6 Note, or we'll see what exactly this is. But I think that's what it's going to be. I think it's going to be just the Edge series on a Note screen size. We'll see. This doesn't, of course, mean anything. It could be an app. We don't know if what this exactly is. They just trademarked this name. And in the final bit of news, yes, it was all Apple and Samsung dominated this week. We have a patent showing what will be the next Samsung innovation. Now, this is a fake rendering of what we got from this, but essentially you have a tablet that can open up and have a big screen and then fold up into a smartphone. This is really interesting, to say the least. We saw a glimpse of this a little while back from Samsung at the CES convention 2 years ago. We saw a foldable tablet like this, and then it opened up and it, folded in, and then it became a smartphone. It was very different, and from anything we've seen in this world, really, in terms of electronics, we've not seen anything like this. And I think this definitely will be like next generation things. Like this will be completely something different. And I'm very excited for that. How about you? Would you get a tablet that also folds into itself to make it a phone, or rather a smartphone that opens up into a tablet? I think that's a really neat concept. All right, let's answer the questions that were asked to me during the week. Again, if you want your question answered, just email me at askandroidguy@gmail.com and it will get answered. All right. Morgenstein, I believe that's your name. Or sorry, Daniel. Daniel asked, I have almost used an iPad for 4 years, almost used for 4 years an iPad 3, and has now started to slow down stuff. I want to change and go to an iPad Air, or should I buy a Samsung tablet? Thanks for answering. So yeah. Here's the thing. Obviously, if you're used to Apple, you're used to Apple. Now, what do you really want to get done with your tablet is more the important question. In terms of productivity, Samsung on their newest tablets has the ability to have Office for free. So on the Tab A series, they have Office for free, and it comes with full Microsoft Office, Word, PowerPoint, Excel, completely free. Now, it's really great for productivity. If you wanted the best viewing tablet, Samsung's current top one is the Tab S. It currently goes for about the same price as an iPad Air, and that one is amazing. It's my daily tablet that I use on a normal basis, and that is really good for those purposes. Now, Are there going to be other tablets that come out this year? Absolutely. Samsung's Tab S is their top tablet, and it has not been replaced yet. So that will be coming out probably this summer, or maybe as far off as the Note announcement. So in between now and the Note announcement, with the Note announcements generally early September, there will be another Samsung tablet probably announced, and will be their high end. The Tab A is their entry level, but if it's any indication of what the Tab S will be like, well, then we know we'll get a new high-end Samsung tablet, but it's going to have productivity like Microsoft Office built into it, which is a first. I really like this combination. So I would say hold off for that. Personally, if it was me, my next tablet will most likely be that one. If it is, if I do get a new tablet, that will most likely be my next daily driver. Out of all the tablets I use, that one has been the best one, and it's the one I've continued to go back to. So that would be my recommendation, is either to wait for that one if you want a high-end entertainment tablet now with all the best software on the Android side. The Tab S is a great one to go with. If you wanted a entry-level but productivity one, the Tab A 8-inch is a great one to go with, but that's a smaller screen size. They do have a 9.7 one, but that resolution is just too bad that I can't recommend it. Or, of course, the iPad Air as well. It's a great one to go with. I don't see the point in getting the iPad Air 2, except for the split screen capability that you're going to get with iOS 9. But my guess is that the iPad Air 3 that's announced later on in the year will have even better feature. Now, Apple usually announces that in November, so that's when the next iPad Air would come out. All right. Josh asks, I'm wondering if I should get a case for the S6 Edge. I'm afraid of my back camera getting scratched. Absolutely. My daily case right now is currently this, which is a clear case, and I got an insert for an Iron Man insert, which I thought was cool. You know, I couldn't get the thousands and thousands upon thousands of dollars case that I wanted to get, so this is a nice in between one. Now, I also have filmed, I've filmed, but I'm not sure if it's up yet, the S6 Edge OtterBox case. It's a symmetry case, a really great thin profile case, highly recommend it. And then also this one I just got in, which is really cool because of the color. This is a Caseology case, and it's a red and gold one with a red leather back. I will be doing a video on this weekend, so that would be another one I would recommend. And finally, the spec case is probably my favorite one, I would say. A friend got an S6, so I gave mine to him. But the spec one is highly recommended. It's called the Grip one. I forget what's Candy Shell Grip. Candy Shell Grip. It's a great case. Highly recommend it, and it's really great for your purposes. It's my favorite case probably for it. All right. Ahmed asks, sir, can you tell me which is better, the S6 or the Note Edge? With explanation, what is the common difference between them? All right. So what is better, the S6 or the Note Edge? Well, I gave up my Note Edge to get the S6 Edge, so I can tell you. All in all, the Note is the longer battery life, and the S6 is by far a superior camera. That's it. Now, which one would I get right now? Well, I did get the S6, and I have not regretted it. However, I cannot wait to get the Note 5 when it comes out, because I do miss the bigger screen. Now, I have found that photo taking has been easier with my S6 than it was with my Note Edge. So that's I'd say that. However, I recommend the S6 Edge over the S6 because of the longer battery life. So if you're trying to find a medium between the S and the Note, the S6 Edge has a longer battery life by an hour. Instead of 11 hours, it's rated at 12 hours. So it really is a better sense, in my opinion, that I would get the S6 Edge if I were to get one right now. Again, I said have a medium between battery and camera that I really love. However, if you can hold out, I would wait for the Note 5. I mean, look, right in June right now, we're midway through June. You have July, August, and then the beginning of September it's announced, October it's released. Not a bad time to wait if you don't need a phone right now. That would be what I would do at this point. However, if you need a phone now, the one I would recommend is the S6 Edge, which was not one of the two, but it's the happy medium between the two. All right. Omer. I think it's Omer. Hi, Ricky. I buy a new phone. I'm debating between the Galaxy S5 and the LG G4. My uses are music, games, speed, camera. Can you tell me what should I buy? Thanks. So here's the thing. You said the S5 and the G4. That's pretty odd, because if I would say the S6 and the G4, this is more of a challenge. But between the S5 and the G4, I would get the G4. It's going to be better than the last year model Samsung. Now, if you're saying this because of the additional storage, it is what it is. However, with the new Google Photos app that has unlimited backup for your photos and videos, I really don't see storage as a problem anymore. By the way, since I have all of them backed up, my S6 Edge has a lot of memory now. I do not worry about memory anymore like I used to, because my S6 Edge is backing up all of its photos to the internet now, so I do not need to worry about storage. I love it now. So in that aspect, I just don't see storage as an issue. Since Google did that, I am so much happier with my photos and videos not taking up my storage space. So much happier. So here's the thing. Between the G4 and the S5, easily the G4. Between the S6 and the G4, I would actually still lean towards the S6 as of right now. Now, the review will be coming out. We did do the side-by-side comparison between them, and that will be coming out this upcoming week. We've already filmed it. It will be coming out, and you'll find out who the winner is in that comparison. However, overall, in my personal opinion, which one I would get the S6. After debating between the two, you saw the camera difference, and really, in the end, the battery life in the camera to me is better on the S6, and that's what will lean me towards the S6. If you want to see all the other categories where the G4 actually does beat the S6, make sure to check out that review when it comes out later this week. All right, now let's see what was asked. Again, if you have a question and you want to answer right now, just ask it in the comment section right now. I will begin to answer all of the questions in the comment section. To my hele here. I see that you like Final Fantasy Advent Children as you have it as your poster in your background wall. Damn straight I do. Go Final Fantasy VII. And yes, I have it. Oh, I see. Yes, I have it there. I thought you meant I have it here. Funny. I thought you saw one of the videos and you saw there. All right. About buying the Note 5. Do you buy everything? Do I buy? Oh, do I think buying the Iron Man 6 edition of the S6 is worth it? No, it's not. Not for what, the $3,000+ No, it's not worth that. It's insane. You should not buy the Iron Man. Let's go. Let's take a look. Let's take a look, shall we? We are going to take a look at the Iron Man S6 right now. Let's just take a little look. Okay. Ending soonest. So there is one that is ending in about 12 hours. It is currently going for $2,500. There's another one that's going for $15,000 right now. These are active bids. That's insane. I'm going to share that with you guys, just so you guys can see just how crazy that is. Look at these. These are active bids. 18 bids, 49 bids. This is insane. No, I would never get one of these. I would know. It's not worth that kind of price. Don't get me wrong. Am I in love with it? Yes. Would I buy it for $1,100, which was the original price? Absolutely, I would. I would buy it for that price. Would I buy it for these insane prices? No, I wouldn't. So yes, I would not buy it for those prices. That's crazy. All right, Kronos. Hey, what's up, Kronos? You seem to be a techie type of guy. So how come you do not have done a video on drones yet? Go Warriors. On drones. Yeah, no, I haven't done one on drones. To be honest, I find drones a little creepy for privacy purposes. Do I find drones amazing in the look and style? Absolutely. You want to see some amazing looking drones? I have shared them with my friends. Let me just pull that up real quick. By the way, if you guys are watching and you see it, I put a link to it in the comment section. But definitely vote for me on this one show that's really great. It's called Watch Mojo. And it is amazing that they have done basically a top 10 video for the best product reviewers. So you do have to sign up to their website to be able to vote. But if you vote for me and vote for the video being made, then it gives me a better chance of actually being a part of that, which is really crazy. And I would greatly appreciate it. All right. So let me show you these cool drones. Now, these drones are freaking amazing. These drones are epic. You have the Millennium Falcon drone. You have the Imperial Star Destroyer drone. These are all drones, mind you. These are freaking awesome. These are some really cool ones. You have an X-Wing drone. You have an X-Wing drone. So first of all, if I would buy drones, I would buy these drones. I just want to make that clear. That is so freaking cool. So yeah, I would do that easily. Yes. So yeah, I haven't really seen the need, I guess, more so to buy drones. That's more a thing. So yes. Oh, by the way, side note on this, I I said to my friends, these are the drones I was looking for. So yes, if I would buy drones, I would buy those drones. So yeah, pretty awesome. All right. But yeah, that's why I just haven't bought any. I don't see what I would need them for. That's more, what would I need drones for? That's my question. Kronos, or if anyone watching, if you have an idea of what I could use drones for, give me an excuse and then I'll buy them. But I just don't see what I would need a drone for. For those of you guys who saw my my parents' restaurant show on Say It to My Face, it was FYI Network. I put it on my Facebook. What I did with what I saw them do, it was they got some really cool aerial shots of the restaurant flying a drone. They controlled it with the phone and they flew the drone. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, I just don't see it as of right now. The one thing I could say you have piqued my interest, maybe next year when we go to CES, we get in touch with companies that do the drones and we see about doing a review for them. Since you have piqued my interest, but I need to get in contact with the right people in order to do that. So yes. Ricky, what's your top 5 apps you use on the S6 Edge? What is my top 5 apps I use on the S6 Edge? App number 1, Nova Launcher. I do not like the S6 launcher it comes with. I cannot stand when I cannot go around on the carousel on my phone. So with that, I really can't stand it. So having the ability to do this is really important to me. So that's the first and foremost app. Second app, SwiftKey. SwiftKey is the best keyboard by far, in my opinion. And it's an amazing keyboard. As you can see, I customized it. So I have all numbers there, as well as arrows. And I can program all these back buttons to go immediately. So if I just go like this, I just am using all the special effects because I shortened the time on how long I need to hold it. So it's really great for those purposes. So that, wait, that's 3. That's 3. Or no, that's 2. The third app is my favorite app right here, and that is HD Widgets. HD Widgets are by far my favorite widgets, and you can do cool things like have a clock right there or have a bunch of quick shortcuts for all your settings. Those I use on a daily basis, and I really love it. Now afterwards, that's where it gets kind of like which ones could I not do without? Those are the main three I recommend to everyone. Out of all the apps now, Google Photos is the most amazing app I've had. I really, really love it. Just because now it backs up all my photos, every single one of them. And the ability to be able to search, I think, is amazing. The fact that you can search by faces, places, food, nightclubs, graduations, sky, I mean, all this kind of stuff. It's awesome. So I really, really like that. It's a really great feature to be able to do, and it's really nice. Plus, they have a video section, which I always love when galleries separate your videos. Because sometimes you don't want to look through all the photos. You just want to look through all the videos. And now, because I click videos, now I can go through all the videos. So I love that app. So let's see. That's 4. And, you know, the 5th app I could not do without because everyone has their own music feature. I personally I will never leave Google Music. Google Music has my music and radio music all together, and I got it when it first came out, so it's only $7.99 a month. I feel it's by far superior to Spotify and Apple Music and everything, and Beats Music and all that crap, simply because of the fact that I can have my own music with the radio, and I can have it in the same playlist. I can have one playlist mixed in with both music, and that's what I love. So those are my top 5 apps that I use on my S6 Edge every day. What is your current daily driver? Well, I have 2 daily drivers right now. So I have the S6 Edge, and it's in my living room. I have the LG G4. I always try to make, every time I get a phone, it has to be my daily driver for a while. Now, the LG G4, although I take it out with me every day, it is a Wi-Fi only version because that's the version they send me. I know, lame. But it was the first time we got a phone from LG, so we were really happy about that. Hopefully the next time we get one, it will be an LTE version so we can check out the battery life. But those are the 2 I carry with me on a daily basis. Eve Hill, what's up, Eve? What up, Ricky? So your sister-in-law bought an 04, and while I slide to unlock it, it always opens the dial pad. Is there any way to change that? What? What's the dial pad? Download an app called Samsung Vitamins, Evil. And Samsung Vitamins is a diagnostic tool. And check the screen. Check to make sure that for some reason it's not thinking you're sliding from the phone part that's on the bottom and that you're sliding just to regularly unlock it. So download that, do a self-diagnostic on the screen, and hopefully that helps. But if not, it might have been an issue. I'm guessing you updated it to the latest version already, which is Lollipop now, which has had some issues. And it's very annoying. Generally and unfortunately, usually a full hardware reset does fix that. What you maybe can do is connect it to your computer, whether it be a PC or Mac, and back it up using Samsung Keys. Once you back it up to your computer and it's backed up on there, you can wipe it out and then restore it using Samsung Keys. Hopefully that'll work. Try both of those 2 things, and hopefully one will work. Let me know, Eve. I know you always check out every show, so yeah, that would be it. Should I buy the S6 Edge 32 or 64? So here's the thing. I am an avid gamer. I have a Gear VR for the S6, so I have a lot of content on there. So would I recommend anyone getting a 32 or 64? I personally think it's safer than sorry to get 64 gig. I would do it if it was me. Now, the things you should know about, just for buying the phone, you do get 100 gigs of cloud storage from Google, or sorry, not Google, Microsoft OneDrive's app. So you sign in with a Hotmail, an Outlook, or a what's the Xbox Live account, and you get 100 gigs free to back up all of your content. So whether that be documents, photos, videos, music, whatever you want, you can back it all up there. At the same time, like I just mentioned earlier, with Google Photos, you can back up every single photo and video you have. It backs up the full 16 megapixels. It backs up the full 1080p videos. All of that's backed up perfectly on your cloud storage. So for that reason, you might be able to get away with 32 gig entirely. But to be safer than sorry, would I recommend 64 gig? 64 gig is always good, but yeah. So yes. Chronos TV, or is Nova Launcher the best launcher? Yes, in my opinion, Nova Launcher is the best launcher. I have used almost every launcher that comes out, even new ones like the SwiftKey one that just came out and everything like that. I've always gone back to Nova Launcher. It's my favorite by far. It gets updated continuously. Nova supports it so much. It is my favorite launcher. It just, they continuously update and they continuously improve it, and it goes always much more smoothly than every other launcher I've used. Chronos, I noticed I can't update my Amazon app from the Play Store. The app tells me to update it, but it's not showing up on the Play Store. Yes, that's because Amazon is currently in a thing with Google, and basically they are pushing their updates through themselves, not through Google. Now Google like took it away for a little while because it was doing that, but then they brought them back, and now Amazon's doing this again. So yeah. Unfortunately, that is something that Amazon is kind of, again, they're at odds with Google. So yes, the My Amazon app, you do need to update it through themselves, which you can update the app through itself. It will pop up on the app and tell you to update it by itself instead of on the Google Play Store. So yes. How soon do you use Steam? What do you play? You know, I have not gotten to play games as much as I would like to. I am an avid gamer. But as my fiance told my friends yesterday when we were at a barbecue, I am becoming a workaholic in a sense. I have a 9-to-5 job that I do during the week. And during that same week, I also do all these videos for you guys on YouTube. And I do a lot of work. So yes, I really do work a lot right now. And I'm trying to do it. I'll be candid with you guys. I'm trying to do it so that in 3 years' time, hopefully when we have our first child, that, you know, I will be able to provide for both of us with those two incomes. That is my hope. And, you know, we're even starting another YouTube channel next month, just to be able to hopefully, again, I want to make enough to be able to provide for my future family. Right now she works a 9-to-5 job too, or even longer hours. And, you know, it's definitely, it's great that we're able to do this right now together, but I want to be able to do it for both of us if she needs to take any time off once we have kids. And not that she will, but I just want to give her that and that's just, again, me. So yeah, so that's why I haven't got to play games as much. Am I excited about the new Doom announcement that just was announced? Yes. Did I just look up, just today, I looked up emulators to be able to make a custom built arcade machine that I flipped over. I saw that, I'm like, that's fucking amazing. I can't have it till we get our house, she said, but it's a good future for me now. So what Steam games did I play? You know, I always get the summer stuff. I played Civilization 4. That was probably the last big game that everyone was into. I played console games as well. So I played, like, you know, Mortal Kombat 4. Really excited about the Super Smash Brothers announcement that just came out today. Ryu is in Super Smash Brothers now. I have to load that up when I get a chance. I'm gonna I have Wii U, I have PS4. Those are the two gaming consoles I have, and I do have a decent computer right now, But before I can get it to the point where I create a really good system for gaming again, I need to update my graphics card. I need to update my processor, and I need to update my motherboard. It's a whole bunch of updates that I need to get done. So because of that, it's I can't game like to the highest games I did before. I played some indie games recently on Steam a couple months ago, but yeah, that's all the stuff that I've played recently. So yes. I mentioned Apple Music. What do I think? Apple Music, the one thing I would say Apple Music has going for it is that $14.99 for 6 people. Now, I didn't use Beats Music because Beats Music sucked. It was considered a failure, and that's why Apple bought Beats. It bought it at a cheaper price because of that. So what do I think of Apple Music? I think their $14.99 for 6 people is a really good deal, but I don't know what that entails. So I have not, because I know Beats Music had a similar thing. I am not sure if that means that, well, can every person use it at the same time? That's one thing that I would just question right away. I did not see a limitation to that, so that's quite possible that 6 people can use it at the same time. If it can, that's freaking amazing. So that's a really good feature. They're giving 3 months away for free because they obviously want people to get it. But besides that, I mean, their music selection isn't better. Their music quality is lower than what's currently out. So the bit rate that the music plays at is a lower quality compared to Google Music and Spotify. Google Music and Spotify play at 320, and they're doing it at whatever the 2 is. I forget what, 250 or something. It's a lower grade, so it's not as going to be clean and crisp as the Google Music or Spotify will be. But that's all I really have to say about it. I mean, I think it's a big deal that Apple's really, I mean, Steve Jobs would probably be rolling in his grave kind of thing with the whole it's coming to Android thing. He would never have done that. Again, Tim Cook is a very different person, and we've been seeing that. So yeah, it's really interesting to see these kind of things coming to Apple. But yeah, I don't see the $14.99 for like a group discount is the biggest impression that this makes on me. Would I love Google Music to do that? Hell yeah. I would totally pay $5 more, even have 3 people, because me and my fiance both use it. And my mom has wanted something like that. Right now she uses Pandora because she doesn't want to pay, and she doesn't need to pay. My parents' restaurant uses another music service, and then my brother just listens to his music on his phone. So yeah, for all those things, it would be nice to have one simple thing. Okay, Gear VR, Note 4, Gear VR S6 or S6 Edge. So the Gear VR for the Note 4 had a wider viewing angle. However, I like the Gear for the S6 Edge because it's and the S6. I use my S6 Edge for it. It's clearer. It really is clear, and it's really brighter, and it doesn't lag. There's no stutter or anything like that. So it's really been great. Now they just released a Jurassic Park thing for it, which is pretty cool. I just tried on that the other day. Gear VR videos are coming. It's just we got so backed up with the Note 4 and with all these different things that came out, and it's just like, it was a lot. So yeah, now we have the S6 Edge active, which now that takes precedent because I'm only going to have it for like about 2 weeks. So I'm trying to get as many videos done with it as I can. But yeah, so those are the different things right now that we've been working on. The Gear VR, though, we are going to do there's a lot of new content for it. I mean, it has doubled since the Note 4 videos we did. The content has doubled. There's RPG games for it now. There's more first-person shooters for it now. There's full games. A lot of the other ones when we first did the videos were demos. Now there's full games for it. You can be like in a concert, which is pretty cool now. You can be at a restaurant. You can be at a college. There's a lot of cool things you can do now that it's pretty cool, the stuff they're coming out with. Still no Netflix, but Netflix VR will be coming to the S6 version so that itself wins. Will it be coming to the Note 4 as well? Possibly, but it will definitely be coming to the S6 VR. So that pretty much seals it for me. Games for the S6 and S6 Edge, the Mortal Kombat game just came out. That one just came out, so that one's a big one that just came out. Again, I have not gotten to game as much as I normally would like. I went back to an old favorite of mine, which is called Devil's Attorney. Probably one of my favorite, just simple games. The story's funny. It's a short game. I mean, you can beat it in a day if you really, really want. But if you just like have 5 minutes to do one of the cases here and there, it's pretty funny and pretty good. Probably my favorite game that I used to kill time with was also one called Castle Doombad. Both of these are paid for games, but they don't have any annoying ads. So Castle Doombad, which is a tower defense game, but it's a very fun tower defense game. And Devil's Attorney are probably my 2 favorite games that I always recommend of like, oh, what game should I play? Good mobile games, meaning like they're made for mobile, they're time killers, they're fun, simple, and anyone could play it and they'll be fine. More advanced games. Right now I have Modern Combat, Mortal Kombat, Asphalt 8. There's an old school game called 4-player Reactor. This game I always use for multiple players. So just if like me and my fiance or me and a friend are just like, oh, we're bored, hey, let's play this. It's a really cool reaction game where it's like you have both ends of the screen and you use them. It's just a fun game for 2 players. But yeah, those are the main ones off the top of my head that I would say to try out. Then again, the new Mortal Kombat one is probably the newest one that I've been playing. But yeah, other than that, nothing too, no AAA titles for a little while now. So nothing like that yet, at least. All right. What do you use to edit YouTube videos? What we use is Premiere. Now, again, some background stuff. I do not edit the videos. That's why there is a gap from when I record them to editing them. This is actually my second YouTube channel. I've done one before where I did all the editing, and it was really, I thought it was good. However, the editing takes a lot of time, and I just found myself not able to do it, especially because, at least at this point, this is not a career path for me. This is a side career path for me. So because I can only spend so much time on it, it really doesn't play as well. So here's the thing. For me, I do not have the time to do both. Therefore, I have someone I hired to do my editing for the videos and have it do that way. For that purpose, it served much better. Now, I would say I'm a little bit better at editing still than my editor, but I don't have the time. So he edits all my videos, and he uses Adobe Premiere because that's what I use, and that's what I show. When I told him like, look, this is the easiest editing software for basic users, and you can do a lot with it. Adobe Premiere is used for professional movies, besides Avid and Final Cut, of course. But Adobe Premiere to me is completely better than Final Cut now. It outclasses it in every way, and that's just simply because Final Cut did not move. Literally, Final Cut was like, "Oh, we're the best. We don't got anything to do," and Adobe was like, "Oh, you want this? We'll add this. You want this? We'll add that too. We'll add this and this and this." And before you knew it, Final Cut was like, "Oh, shit." So yeah, Adobe Premiere is, to me, the best editing software for basic users. If you're going to go complete professional, Avid, of course, but if not, Adobe Premiere is by far the best. Which is the phone that has the best camera at the moment? The S6. The S6 is the best camera I've ever used on out of all the phones that we have here in the studio. The S6 is amazing. Now, does the LG have the best manual controls? Absolutely, the LG has the best manual controls. If I'm recommending that to anyone, which one will they use? Will they use the manual controls, or will they use the auto controls? They're going to use the auto controls, so that's why I say the S6. So yeah. Is the metal case you have for the S? No, I do not have a metal case for the S6. This is a clear case that basically just it's a clear case with an Iron Man look on it. Again, it's an insert. They had it here in the Grove. They have like a Samsung store there. I stopped by and they were handing these out, so I got one. It was really cool of them to give me that. But yeah, that's what I have. This one, if you're referring to this one's a leather casing, but not a metal casing. So neither one was metal. Which phones are you waiting to see? The Note 5. Clean and clear, the Note 5. The iPhone 6s, all that it's going to have is it's going to have the, what do you call it? The iPhone 6s is going to have the 12 megapixel camera on the rear, 3 megapixel camera on the front, and iOS 9. That's it. I literally just completed the entire conference for iPhone. That's it. It will be announced in September. It'll come out September 25th. What else do you want to know? That's it. That's the entire thing of iPhone. 12 megapixel rear camera, 3 megapixel front camera, and everything else will be the same. iPhone 6s, iPhone 6s Plus, I believe is what they're calling it. I don't know about if the only thing I don't know yet is if the rumor is true with the C1 being the cheapest one. So they'll make like a S6C, and that'll be the free one, and there will be no more S5. Will that happen? Not sure. That's the only one I do not know about. But everything else is confirmed that I know. But I know people inside of Apple too. So just because I know, just because I know Android very well, doesn't mean that, the first rule, you have to know your enemy. That is going to be the same. So yeah. Damn, Kronos. Well, why you got to call out teams now? I've not been able to watch the game because I'm doing this for you guys. So yeah. All right, guys. I will call that a show. We did 47 minutes of a pretty good show today. Thank you as always for watching. Please give that like, thumbs up down below. And again, if you just have like 2 minutes, go to the comment section, check out Watch Mojo, and vote for me, Ask the Android Guy, on the best product reviewer. I would really appreciate it. It's one way that we can literally get, us to the next level in terms of views. Thank you so much as always. Thank you for watching, and I'll continue to do lots of new videos for you coming up this week. It's been RICKY, the Android Guy.